Hello, everyone, and welcome to the prediction show for the 2024-2025 Premier League season. And this is week one, and no other place to start, like no other than Fancy Football. Also, how are you today? And good to have you on the prediction show today.
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me. Finally, club football is back upon us. We can now start getting up for match day one of the MPFL, the EPL season, and of course, it's other leagues in Europe. So it's good to be here. Finally, after maybe a month hiatus, we're back talking about club football again.
Yeah, it's good to have club football back, and we will look at the match-to-match prediction for week one. But before we go into that, what are your expectations about this new season?
Anyway, I like I said, I think there'll be a lot of sub upsets. I don't think it will be business as usual for the teams in the Premier League. Come on, let's be sincere. Some of the teams have strengthened very well. The likes of West Ham United, who lost their manager David Moyes, or let's say let go of their manager, and they got Julian Lopetegui and let's say Torrent Campina, who got him some new players in. So it's not going to be a same old season. There'll be some teams have improved tactically. They've changed the manager. Some have gotten some new players. Why some of, to be sincere with you, I know my Stefan want to love this, but some have lost some key players, which have affected the squad depth and of course the quality in the team. But either way, it doesn't take away from the new season that we've been waiting for. And maybe this could just be the end of the dominance of Manchester City after 4 years winning the league in a row. So it's a league we should get up, expect goals, fireworks, and most importantly, return of club football, which always brings this fever feeling from different sectors. So I'm happy. Great stuff. Football is back. But most importantly, like I said, maybe the inability of clubs to sign so many players will make the season a bit more interesting than what it used to be.
Okay, there's no other place to start this weekend than Old Trafford. Manchester United hosts Fulham in a match that have seen United winning all but four of their 34 meetings in the Premier League. So, what's your expectation in this match, also?
The bookmakers will tell you, like you did say, read out the bookmakers that of course that Man United should have a clean sweep, should be winning the game with so much ease. But don't forget, this is a Fulham team that had a great season last season under Marco Silva. And I think they have strengthened well, with the likes of Emmitt Smith Rowe joining in here. They're still in the market for Felipe Anderson. So tell you there are some good players coming in the squad. Adama Traore seems to have picked up form. So how good he was in preseason as well. So it's not going to be pushover. I know the record is saying one-sided. Man United should win. They're really playing at the Old Trafford, but it's not the Man United that we used to know that were totally dominant in the league. So even though I still think that Man United should be, with the quality of players they've got, then the new signing matches the lead. We here will be available for the game alongside Masraoui. I'm not forgetting Ziki, the new signing. They should have enough firepower. We saw them at the community shield talking about Man United and how well they dominated the game and the fact that they, if not for the fact that they were quite wasteful in front of goal, they should have won that game and closed that game out even before Man City got the equalizer. So I want to go with Man United to get a victory. I think they will have just enough, in their kitty to get the job done. And I see Man United win, though I still think that Man United will concede. There's still a lot of question marks about the back line. This the way documented, Yellow is out injured. Maguire, Evans is not the youngest of players. And you can't just get Matidelic and he becomes, even no matter how good he is, just to come and form a formidable partnership automatically. But I think they'll get enough firepower to get the victory, especially play in front of their home fans. So I think Man United will win the game by 2-1.
How about Fulham?
Uh, they will always give a fight. It's not going to be a tea party, absolutely. We all know that, like I said, the quality of the team is great. You've got a good goalkeeper in Ben Leno. They've got some other quality players as well. So they've got Alex Iwobi, who is having a fantastic preseason, and Mitro, Calvin Bassey. It's gonna be a fine game, but like I said, I want to align with history. I want to align with the experience of the Man United team to have just enough firepower to get past this team. But if it's gonna be so a walk in the park, though, but Man United should, with the quality they've got, and especially knowing that this is gonna be a big season for Eric Ten Hag and this Man United team, they want to start with a bang, especially playing in front of home. So I think Man United would just enough to get a victory in this one.
So your prediction is a 2-1 victory for United?
2-1 victory. I think Man United would win, but they would concede.
Okay, let's move to from Old Trafford to one of the newcomers that will host Liverpool, Ipswich Town versus Liverpool. Your prediction is a 3-1 victory. So let's look at let's talk about the match itself.
Come on, man. You already know. Liverpool, the only team who has played all preseason without losing a single game. And the thing that they have played some big names like Arsenal, they played Chelsea, they also played Sevilla at some point last time out. So and they've been scoring goals with reckless abandon. I know a lot of questions among the quality of their midfield. I know they couldn't get their man, talking about Zubimendi, who decided to stay put at Real Sociedad and sign a new contract. But like I did say during the transfer show, that they've got enough firepower in the team. And with the quality of players they've got, with the players like Besetic returning back, Curtis Jones, not forgetting Elliott, Harvey Elliott, if and the fact they're scoring goals, Diego Jota. Imagine they could let go of Fabio Carvalho. That's probably one of their better players in the preseason. So the quality in the team has not changed, and the fact that Anslot and Klopp are similar kind of managers who play the same type of football. So I think Liverpool will get goals, juicy goals. Would they consider? Oh yes, they would. I still don't think the backline is sorted out. Like I said, I still think they need the defensive midfielder in the maybe in the mood of that could cover for Thiago Alcantara, and also can also be able to start up play and give security to Virgil van Dijk and his cohorts. But the fact that they will get more goals than you is what I can assure you. So I think they will start the campaign with a victory. I just hope my crystal ball is in the right place. I think they'll get a victory in this one. And like I said, three goals to one to Liverpool. They'll get in their first away victory of the season.
Okay, do you know that Liverpool has never lost a Premier League match at Portsmouth Road against Ipswich Town? They've played 5, won 3, draw 2. And for Ipswich Town, they are unbeaten in their last opening league matches of the season, each for the last 10 seasons. That is, for 10 years they're unbeaten. They've won 6 and draw 4. But let's see what will happen. Things might change this season. So let's move on. I think we have a lot to cover today when it comes to the prediction. And let's go. Let's look at the match between Wolverhampton Wanderers traveling to Arsenal. For you, Arsenal is your team, and your prediction is a 3-0 win for Arsenal. Are you sure you're not using emotions?
Nah, not Wolverhampton Wanderers. If there's anything we've learned under Mikel Arteta is that he's a very good starter. And then and to think that they're playing in front of their home fans at the Emirates Stadium. I think their results at Emirates in recent times, and of course in preseason. Don't forget the last game they were 2-0 victors in that game against Olympic Lyon at the Emirates Cup where they were crowned champions. So there's no emotion here. You know me. If Arsenal would lose, I'll tell you. You know that. I'll tell you
Yeah.
with all belief that this one is beyond the Arsenal squad. Arsenal haven't gotten what they needed, to get into the season. Is to me, apart from the fact they've got Calafiori
Yeah.
in that defense, and we hear that Mikel Moreno is almost set and done. They still lack the most important tool to succeed. And when I mean succeed, not just to finish second, but to just be there or thereabouts, but to win the league. I know I've said this 1,001 times, and I'm not sounding like a broken record, where I said that for Arsenal to win the league or any team to win the league, you need to check and give you 25, 30 plus goals a season. Do they have that in Gabriel Jesus? The answer is no. Do they have that in Edin Ketia? I think it's surplus to requirement. I don't think it's Arsenal's quality. So they need a striker who can do the job. They're still in the market for a striker. But I think, come on, Wolverhampton want to show me the team to test their ability to score goals. Because we've seen them score goals in preseason and last season. So, and the backline looks solid. Gabriel and William Saliba, and of course, Calafiori coming in. It's more solid than it was last time out. So, boy, oh boy, I almost thought that Arsenal would concede, but I'm just thinking it's a risk I'm taking. I think they will have enough fire playing at home in front of the fans. They will keep it simple and keep the job done. And a 3-0 emphatic victory will be enough to start their season. But that does not take away from Wolverhampton Wanderers, who are also trying to rebuild. Their coach had a fantastic season. Where they finished last season was great, but the fact they're losing players, Max Kilmans and the other key players who have left the team, I think the team is not. It's less at where they were than where they were last season. So I don't think they've recruited enough to make me say, oh, they can give us now a lot to worry about. But it's football, anything can happen. But I want to go with Arsenal with an emphatic 3-0 victory.
Okay, you want to go with Arsenal with an emphatic 3-0 victory. From the Emirates Stadium, let's move to the Goodison Park, where Everton will take on Brighton. And your prediction for that match is a 1-1 draw. between these two sides. What up to you to pick up a 1-1 draw between these two sides, knowing fully very well that Everton, for me, I think have not really strengthened. Brighton are buying players, and they have a system. Have a system. Don't you think that Brighton can go into this match and pick up a win at the Goodison Park?
If you look at the preseason friendly games, you know that Brighton are not where they were last season.
Yeah.
And they could still lose a little bit further when if Evan Ferguson we hear moves to Manchester United, we hear Man United are weighing up the auction for that striker. That could be the final piece in Man United possible, but it's not a priority because they will, for them to get another striker for Man United, they will need to sell another. But that's we're not talking transfer here. But Brighton, I think with the way they play under De Zerbi, they build a brand. You know, it's a new manager. We don't know what to expect. To be sincere with you, new staff, new philosophy. Um, Maybe some of they lost even their players. Players passed their groups. They lost him to the Borussia Dortmund. So they're not what they like. I said, I don't think they've strengthened enough to give me a nod. I know they've strengthened, but we know some of their key players. It just looks like they are key players. I don't think they've strengthened their key roles. So Everton are playing at the Goodison Park. We all know Everton. They are never the best team to play away from home. The Goodison Park will be very. The fans will be vociferous, and they will scream you to scream you to rafters. It may not be the best of perform by Everton, but they could just want to start their season with something. I think Brighton are man to man, squad to squad. Brighton have got a better team. They should be winning the game if they put in their foot in. I think they should go ahead and win the game. But I, for one, won't take that gamble. Play the first game of the season where, in the rule of a lot of coaches will tell you do not at least start. If you can't win the game, don't lose it. It's your first game. How you start the season matters enough. It gives you that motivation to move to the next game and the next game. And for teams like Everton, maybe the way they start the season could be what saves them at the end of the day, at the end of the season. Maybe they win the first 4 months, they have got the points they need. And when they start crumbling like a pack of cards, they've got the points ready to keep them afloat. So I think they'll get a draw. Like I said, 1-1 draw. Both teams would score. But again, let's be sincere, it's not going to be an entertaining game. So for those who are expecting an open counter, I don't think it would be. It would be more cagey. So it's one of the games you just want to watch the highlights maybe later. But I think both teams will fail to win the game, but they would score goals, and I think maybe it would end 1-1.
Okay, let's move to the northeast, where Newcastle will host Southampton. And Newcastle, we want to put last season behind them because there was a lot of expectation from them to move on from the season prior to last season, where they qualified for the Champions League and they played in the Champions League. Even eventually went on to beat Paris Saint-Germain, who were one of the semi-finalists of the Champions League at home. With a lot of expectations on their shoulder now. Eddie Howe and his team are expected to take a new leaf of momentum now into this season and correct the wrongs of last season. So your prediction is a 3-1 win for Newcastle against Southampton, who are back from the championship. How do you think Southampton should go into this match? For me, I think I know Newcastle are more direct, but for Southampton, how do you think they can avoid the defeat in this match?
I think it's very simple. How do you approach a direct team? It's to avoid being direct. Because if you're not as direct as you are, the game, you open up the game, you get swallowed up in the game. So if I'm the coach of Southampton, which I am not, thank God I'm not, thank goodness I am, I have the ability to sit back here and give predictions. It's just about soaking the pressure and counter-attacking, Soak the pressure, soak, try and defend for your life. In the words of Jose Mourinho, just stay in the game. You just get one set pieces, a corner kick, a free kick, a loose ball, a misplaced pass, something, just ensure that you're afloat. Just try to hold your breath in water so that you don't get drowned. And so if there's a hope of a life guide, you could be the first to launch on. So for me, I think that's the way they should play. They come out to play explosive football with this Newcastle team. With the quality of players Newcastle has at their disposal, it's going to be a thumping because the quality of the Newcastle team, Alexander Isak, I think is the biggest signing for Newcastle. Keeping that guy. I don't know whether they can keep him to the end of the summer, but keeping him is the biggest transfer for Newcastle. And Gordon, another player, Ashley Harvey Barnes, and of them who have got speed for sale. You heard me, speed for sale. So I think Southampton should be very wise. The wise thing to do is, like I said, soak in the pressure. But I think they will still not have any answer for this team. Come on, man. I've seen this Newcastle team when they play at their very best. Even the Man Cities of this world can't stop them.
Yeah.
at their very best. At their very best. So playing at the St James's Park in front of their darling and thousand fans, the team who is trying to kick on from what they did last 2 seasons with their new managers who are willing to explore the good times at Newcastle. This I think they have and the pressure on they have whether he's going to leave for England and everything. They have the business not starting the season right, and I think that's what would happen. I think Newcastle would win the game, and surely they will get the result they need to start the new season. 3-1 victory for Newcastle, though they will concede. See, because I know my issue. We discussed about Newcastle and their backline, how much they need the centre back, and whether
Yeah.
Maguire will make it or not. We talked about Maguire yesterday in the transfer market and the transfer new show. So it's about time they get a defender, but that's why I still think there's a problem somewhere in the back for Southampton to enjoy. But overall, it's Newcastle's games to win 3-1 for me.
3-1 for Newcastle. From St James's Park, we'll move to the City Ground where Nottingham Forest host Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth were one of the most, for me, were one of the most improved team last season under the Spanish Rudy. Is it Rudy Garcia? That's their manager under Rudy Garcia. If I'm not mistaken, I hope I'm right. Yeah.
Bournemouth,
So
I think it's there's a certain guy. I can't remember.
okay.
That's
Yeah, not Rudy Garcia. So I think
yeah.
they were one of the most improved team. They beat United at Old Trafford, got some couple of wins, left, right, center, especially away wins as well. Surprisingly, away wins that we've not thought Bournemouth would get. Now, going to the City Ground against Nottingham Forest, what is the expectation in this match between these two sides that wants to finish in the top half of the league?
I think it's just two evenly matched teams. To be sincere with you, both teams are in the same level. There's no like it's just two brothers are fighting
Yeah.
for dominance. You know, nobody's bigger than the other. Both teams are just above average. So like you said, for Bournemouth, the biggest loss for them is Dominic Solanke. If it was in that team, I tell you, Bournemouth win the game clear because the guys have got the ability to score goals, make assists, hold up the ball, create other players to come into the game, and the guy is a pleasure to watch. But without him, I think they'll suffer this season to get the number of goals he had them that season. Now, that's the question I was asking. And we talked about it and whether he was going to make it. Now, where does the goals come from?
Yeah.
Who can get those number of goals for Bournemouth because they need it from somewhere? It can't now assume that he can't be the one to do that goals. No, because Bournemouth, if you look at Solanke, is very experienced. So they need a striker. I don't know where to get it from. Whether it maybe Kluivert, the son of Patrick Kluivert, could be the boy to step up and be the guy to get the goals. But they need someone to get 20, 25 goals. They need to be safe with ease like they were last season. And that's why I think they will struggle. I think not for us be licking their lips and saying, "Oh, they lost their main man, bro. Let's go. Let's have a go. Let's have a go. Let's not be scared. Let's see what else we can get from this team." So I totally believe that it will be a clash of the titan head to head, and at the end of the day, there will be no victor, no vanquish, but goals will be scored. Fans will be entertained. I think this will be one of the most entertaining games this weekend. I don't know big team, but they will have a go at each other. They will fight. They will huff. They will puff. They will try to blow the house down. At the end of the day, I think enemies will have to share. And the truth, man, is the way I see it. The enemies they would have to share, and I think a 2-2 draw would be just ideal for both parties.
Let's go to the city, the London Stadium, where two teams that have strengthened very, very well. I think their last player was just announced today. One of the players they signed was just announced today. Aaron Wan-Bissaka from Manchester United. And they are hoping that he starts that match over the weekend. And Aston Villa have signed a lot of players, left back, right back, as their quest to go into the Champions League for the first time in a very long time. When was the last time? The last time they won the Champions League, I think that should be the last time they. I don't think in the Premier League era they've been to the Champions League.
So in the Premier League.
Yeah. So we expect this match to be one of the biggest match of the weekend because of the antecedents of the two sides in the summer transfer. So what are your expectations between West Ham at home to Aston Villa?
Both teams are still rebuilding. To be sincere with you, some of the players that Aston Villa lost, no thanks for the crazy offers coming from Saudi Arabia. You would ask yourself, how do you get a player for an amount of money? He plays for your team. Talking about Musa Diaby, plays absolutely well. And then the next thing you do, is that you let him go for an amount of money just a season before you go into the Champions League. So what was the use of you getting?
Let me just answer that question. Let me just answer that question in three letters. In three is PSLR. That's just it.
Exactly. And this is why I keep saying this. The season will be fun because Aston Villa had depleted. Let's be sincere, bro. They would have lost John Durant if somebody could have paid the good money for him. He played a pivotal role there, getting Champions League football. And how you said they bought players to find. What's the quality of the players they've bought? So it's not up to a certain Unai Emery to get the best out of this player. Like he got the best out of the other guys who were there, who were also, because when he joined the club, don't forget, Aston Villa were in tatters, they were in disarray. So it's not all about the Emery factor. Unai Emery, do your magic again once more, but this time with a different set of players, And for West Ham, we all know it's a overhaul. David Moyes play a different style of football than like Julian Topegi. These two guys are different set of individual playing different style of football. So what we're saying we'll see on Saturday when both team clash is going to be test run, pure test run. My philosophy, what we've done in pre-season, is it going to work for Aston Villa too? It's the same philosophy because Emery plays only one style of football. Change the whole personnel. But the question is simple: have these players adapted to what we've been doing throughout the whole pre-season as well? But Aston Villa will always be favourites heading into this one. You can't we get Champions League football and then not be favourite against a team who was almost, they were in tatters. Absolute, it was bonkers, man, for David Moyes. Even for the fact that he was English and the fact that what he had done for the club, winning them their first title in over 30, 40 years, I don't think he would have ended the season the way he did, So I'm serious because it was that bad, for a team who were really dreaming of playing European football every other day of the week, like the trophy was coming in one. So Aston Villa are favourite, like I did say. If you look at my scoreline, I predicted, is it 2-1? I'm not mistaken.
2-1
was it exactly I predicted 2-1 for Aston Villa, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it is what it is. I think Aston Villa, we will just edge it, because to be sincere with you, West Ham right now are work in progress. You don't expect a miracle that overnight they don't start playing good football. They will come good under Julian Topegi. I really believe that team can make it. In the maybe after a month and where they've started each other up and they've got this chemistry playing together, they could give a go to the top teams. But for the first game of the season, you're playing against a team that's really well grilled, well oiled, with major of the players playing together. So I tip Aston Villa team by 2 goals to 1. They will have just enough firepower to get the right job done. So Aston Villa will get the job done by 2 goals to 1.
So let's move on to the G-Tech Community Stadium, where Brentford hosts Crystal Palace. And seeing what you have predicted here, a 2-1 victory for Crystal Palace, who will be traveling to the G-Tech Stadium. What persuade you to take this prediction, please?
Simple. Lots of players at the G-Tech. We heard that Frank Onyeka could be heading out. Eriksen left for Man United. We saw how it affected their football. They've not been the way they used to be. The PE teacher, like I love to call him, Thomas Frank, I don't think he has. See, they still have Ivan Toney. They have Brian Buemo. They will score goals. They still have Anon Wisa. But boy, oh boy, that team there's still something lacking, man. Especially in the back line and in the midfield. They try to change the style. It's not working. So, in the other way, you see why Crystal Palace look like a well-greased team. As I speak to you right now, I know my game may be leaving. They've lost Michael Olise already. I know I should be scared that they lost Michael Olise. They are likely to lose Mark Gay. But reports coming in that they could also get with reserve, maybe not before that game on Saturday, to return on loan from his sojourn in Turkey. Maybe his third literary journey. No, he's been there twice. He seems to find something he loves in Selhurst Park. But Glasner has proven that with what he's got, they play good football. Philip Mateta is having a time of his life. He may be missing from this game. You have this guy Eduardo, who's scoring goals as well in preseason, and they seem to be like a team. See, he just, I think he did his preseason towards the end of last season. Before he started picking up the points with Crystal Palace, he went on a very stupid run, crazy run with the. We all know. Yeah, I think he's had his preseason. He knows what he's doing. I guess he must have lost some quality players, but he still got some good players in the team. Ebony Cheze is still there. Ed Hudson, Edward Mateta is still there. Magay at the moment to be available for the game. So no matter what you say, he's going to be playing that game, even if he has to leave at some point. So I think they'll have enough firepower to go away from home and get results at the GTEC. It's going to be difficult, but I fancy them big time to go there and get a result. 2-1.
Let's move on to the biggest match of the weekend. When we saw this match, both home and away finished in a draw between Chelsea last season, between Chelsea and Manchester City. You expect that coming into the season, Chelsea have 45 players in their books now, counting both from last season and the one they purchased this
They're not
season.
nice. Nice,
Yeah.
Murphy.
So
Not nice.
that means they have two. That means virtually they have two teams on the ground that can pile up the. But not all of these players will be registered at the end of the day. So let's go into this match. 3-3 draw now. So are you following? Are you taking this prediction based on the antecedents of last season, or based on what you've seen both teams have done in the transfer market?
I'm taking it from history because these games are not determined on form, bro. I would say it's not for. If it's form, I think Man City should blow them away. Don't forget they had a preseason friendly game in which the first 3 minutes, Haaland has already blown. I see the net bang twice already, and the way English Chelsea team are playing, they look like a team out of sorts. They're nobody plays. They seem to be like when the coach gets into a new team, he'll tell you assume zero base, zero knowledge. Let's start from the scratch. They look like a team who needs pampering, who needs pruning or winning by the parent who is the father right now in quotes, who is Enzo Maresca. So, but we all saw what happened with Chelsea and Man City last season. Despite Chelsea having a terrible run, when they got to Man City at the stadium, Kupama came alive. When they got to Etihad Stadium, the Man City had to struggle to get a result in that game. And I think that game was what won Man City the league. Because if they had not gotten a point from that game, Arsenal would have been singing the Edovai song at the end of the season. So for me, I think, and I know you agree with me, and I agree with you too, that in this kind of games, throw away the phone books, man. It's two big rivals. It's coach. How do I put now? Is it teacher and apprentice? Enzo Maresca, Pep. It is Kupama playing against his old employers, trying to prove a point. It's so many battles here and there. I think they just want to live up to expectations. There's this euphoria about having I don't be surprised Chelsea get a victory. There's this euphoria of playing your first match at home and then starting the game against a Man City. I know it's going to be difficult, bro. But if it's the Man City team I saw in the competition, which I think will be much changed, Chelsea have got a chance, despite being second best and being bad, values for lack of words in preseason. But like I said, it's a learning. Watch the last 2-3 games as antecedent follows. They seem to have begun to understand Enzo Maresca and his philosophy. The last 2 games, they seem to begin to play better. They begin to seem to adapt to what the coach wants to, to tint out. So, believe me, you guys, I see lots of goals. I don't know my crystal ball here sees lots of goals. I see Chelsea scoring lots of goals. I see Man City scoring lots of goals. And I still see nobody will be separated in this one. It will be a perfect example of the English football. And this will tell us why, you can never predict anything. I know on paper right now, it's Man City all day long, every day of the week and twice on Sunday, all day, every day. But I think Chelsea will have a big say in this encounter. And that's why I think we'll be ending a 3-3 draw.
Okay, 3-3 draw. The last match of the week of week 1 will be on Monday between newcomers. I won't say newcomers Leicester, between Leicester City that have come back from the relegation arches at the King Power Stadium against Tottenham Hotspur. And your prediction for this match and also is no other than a 2-2 draw between these two sides. Don't you think you are giving Leicester a small edge in this match?
Oh yes, I am. Playing at the King Power Stadium. Have you watched the game in that stadium recent times? It's always jumpy, bro. I know they've lost Enzo Maresca, the man who brought them up into the Premier League to Chelsea. I know they have lost Kelechi Iheanacho, who more or less was a passenger last season. I don't think he played up to 10.
They also lost Drewsby Hall as well.
Drewsby Hall to Chelsea, who are not even sure Chelsea may even register for the new season, the way things are going, So, but this is how funny Chelsea have become. But let's leave Chelsea for a moment. I think Leicester City, to be sincere with you, playing at home, Jamie Vardy, they have to be sincere with you, they have some Premier League campaigners. And that was why you could see how they went down and came back quickly. They came back quickly, bro. So for Tottenham Hotspur, they're still not complete, man. We saw them lose to the Hong Kong 11. We saw them got beaten by Bayern Munich in their last game. They're still trying to, the coach is still trying to, he has one style of football. And that has been my problem with Postecoglou last season. In the sense that when you nullify his style of football. He has no backup. No backup plan, bro. And we saw that
Yeah.
against Bayern Munich again. We saw that against Hongkong 11 again. You know,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm quite skeptical that it could be a long day for them against Leicester City. You would fancy that with the quality of players they've got to win. I think they got Dominic Solanke, who I think would not even start the game. The quality of players in the team are already bigger than me. I think Tottenham's post problem is not in the attacking lineup. If Richarlison was not leaving, there was no, like I said, there was no reason. Mathematically, there was no. It was not a rational decision to get Dominic Solanke because he's going to be playing second. How do you buy £60 million player and he's playing second fiddle to a Richarlison or Song Heung-min, who wants to ride this? Looks more like a number 9 than even a winger because he always sniffs at chances. He's always in the pocket of space. He's not playing as a number 9 or behind the number 9. So it is what it is. I think Tottenham Hotspur will get goals, but they will also suffer at the back. Still not convinced what they've got at the back, especially when these two players are not available. Talking about the left footer from I can't remember his name now, and of course the Argentine, which is
Kulusevski.
not the Argentine centre back. I remember his name, Romero. Again, when they don't have these players, they tend to suffer. See, attacking wise, they've got a good array of stars. They will score goals, but I think playing at King Power Stadium with the fans, let's say will look like they will get something for the game. So on a normal day, to be sincere, I'll be picking the Tottenham Hotspur to win every day of the week, guy. On paper, they should be blowing this Leicester City away because they're just coming from Division 2 and they've lost some players. But because it's at the King Power Stadium and you don't know which sports team to expect on match day, I think both teams will score, but it will end in a scoring draw, 2-2 draw.
Okay, 2-2 draw between Leicester City and Tottenham Hotspur. So now, so your prediction goes entirely like this: 4 draws in the prediction you gave us, and 6 and 6 win in the prediction you gave us. And out of that 6 win, you have 3 away wins. 3 away wins, and then the rest is the rest are 3 home wins as well. So let's see how it goes for the week 1 of the Premier League, and hopefully we'll come back next week and talk about your prediction and the point acclamation you have on the prediction table on Fancy Football, hopefully. And if you're out there, please kindly subscribe, kindly like, and share. And share this video as we continue to grow Fancy Football together. Good to have you. Good to have you on this weekend opener of the Premier League, and hopefully we'll be back once more next week again.
Yeah, thank you very much, guys. I'm doing sure that we enjoy this new season. It's upon us. Let's enjoy the brand new season.